I like my unorthodox Christmas movies. The kind of movies that have the sensibilities of Christmas, but tackle it in a really dark, bloody, different kind of fashion. Fatman is one of those kind of movies, a movie that is going to now be in rotation every Christmas for me, because I really enjoyed this tale of a disgruntled Kris Kringle, a real world person who is Santa Claus. He's struggling to make quotas, struggling financially to get the money to really do the job that he wants, sees the world kind of crumbling away as society just becomes more and more horrific, and which leads to an antagonist within this story. An antagonist brought on by this devilish young boy who's twisted and has no feeling for other people and is just getting to that evil stage. And this young boy hires Walton Goggins' assassin character to kill Santa Claus. Did I mention that the disgruntled Santa is played by Mel Gibson? This is one of those movies that it didn't go straight for the jugular. It gave you a character and allowed you to attune yourself to it. Mel Gibson as Chris is wonderful, as he is kind of disgruntled and beaten down and worn down by the state of the world today. His wife, played by jean-baptiste, is just excellent. These two characters together were wonderful. You can see a lifetime of love within these characters, and them just struggling to see or to meet ends is just really great. Just a wonderful partnership between these two characters. You get more fantastical and more silly as we get into the kid in the Walton Goggins character, who is kind of one note, but it's a wonderful one note. Walton Goggins really brings this assassin to life with this snarling, scenery-chewing bad guy who has a real grudge against Santa Claus and is over the moon to discover that his next job will be to assassinate the Fatman, the titular character. And it pretty much becomes all about this assassin hunting down Santa, Santa trying to deal with the state of the world and the economy and the way people are, and figuring out how to make ends meet. And there's a whole sort of subplot in this about the government overtaking his business, using it for kind of somewhat nefarious purposes, and the misuse of workforce and almost slave labour type of things. But more than anything, it's just an engaging movie. And of course, as dealing with Santa Claus, it doesn't treat it in a mythical or fantastic way. It ties it down to a real world aesthetic, and that was something that I really did like. And within this real world, there are certain things that Chris can do that normal humans can. Has a little bit more strength, has a little bit more longevity, has a workforce of elves in this one. Yet it never feels fantastical in any way. It feels really, really interesting. It feels really unique in the way that it's tackling this. And I had a hell of a lot of fun watching this one. It's not balls to the wall action, as the kind of trailer indicated that it may be. But it's definitely a movie with a hell of a lot of black comedy, a great pairing of characters at the heart of it, and I think Gibson does a wonderful job as this really disgruntled, cantankerous old man Santa. And I loved to see his arc, to see how he went from being almost downbeat, almost defeated, and coming around to see little victories that started to turn his head around again into the more positivity nature, as he was a little bit more buoyed by some of humanity who were picking up the rest of it. I'd be interested to see more of this character. I really thought that Mel Gibson did a great job. I thought his world was terrific. I thought his wife, Marianne Jean-Baptiste, was a wonderful addition. She's a great actress anyway, but just seeing her here with Gibson was terrific. Walton Goggins as the bad guy was perfect, gave that little bit of humour whenever he came into the fray. And it does get rather bloody and explosive come the last 15-20 minutes of the movie, as everything comes to a head and becomes a little bit more atypical of these kind of movies. But by that point, you've had enough of the characters that you're engaged and you want to see this play out, and it does in a kind of unorthodox manner. I really liked Fatman. I think it's a really fun, dark, bleak kind of Christmas movie, but with a good sense of hope in it, which is what we kind of want at this time of year. I'd love to know your thoughts on Fatman. Let me know in the comment box below once you've checked it out. And I'll see you next time on Man v Film.